Jesy Nelson has stepped forward to lend her voice and encouragement to parents who are deeply frustrated with the current screening protocols for spinal muscular atrophy, SMA, a rare genetic disorder that has impacted her own family. The singer, formerly of Little Mix, recently shared that her 8-month-old twin daughters, Ocean Jade and Story, whom she shares with partner Zion Foster, have been diagnosed with this condition. Through an emotional Instagram update on Sunday, she opened up about the challenges they've faced, drawing attention to a critical gap in the United Kingdom's healthcare system: the absence of routine newborn testing for SMA type 1, SMA1. This oversight is particularly striking given that such screening is standard in 45 other countries worldwide, including the United States, and could dramatically alter outcomes for affected children. What makes this situation even more poignant is the minimal cost associated with the test: merely 36 pence per screening. Early detection through this affordable method could enable timely interventions, potentially allowing children to lead physically active and healthy lives from the outset. Nelson's advocacy has resonated strongly, eliciting widespread praise from other parents navigating similar hardships across the UK. Her appearance on the ITV program This Morning amplified the issue, where she discussed the implications of delayed diagnosis, leaving many viewers and fellow parents in disbelief over how such a low-cost procedure remains unavailable at birth in her home country. One particularly moving response came from Katie Hughes, a mother whose young son also lives with SMA. In a post that Nelson reshared on her Instagram, Hughes described the revelation as both devastating and shocking. She expressed profound emotion, noting that for just 36 pence, the trajectory of a child's life could be profoundly changed. Reflecting on her own experience, she shared how learning this during Nelson's interview brought her to tears and left her feeling physically ill. The thought that such a small investment could have spared her son, and countless other children, from daily struggles and limitations was overwhelming. Hughes highlighted the anger stemming from the realization that this minimal amount stands between current practices and life-altering early detection, emphasizing how it could mitigate the ongoing challenges faced by families like hers. Nelson's journey with her daughters began after what she described as the most exhausting 3 to 4 months of her life. On Sunday, she informed her followers via social media that the twins had been confirmed to have SMA1, a form of the disease that leads to progressive muscle weakening and atrophy due to the degeneration of motor neurons. Tragically, she learned that prompt treatment could have preserved their mobility, including the strength in their legs. During her This Morning segment, she elaborated that specialists at Great Ormond Street Hospital indicated that, due to the late diagnosis, her girls might never achieve independent walking or regain full neck control, resulting in lifelong disabilities. What compounded her frustration was the awareness of early warning signs that she and Zion had observed but were dismissed by medical professionals. Symptoms like bowed legs and atypical breathing patterns were noted, yet health visitors and general practitioners attributed them to the twins' prematurity, advising against comparisons to other infants and suggesting delays in milestones were normal. Nelson lamented that with earlier intervention she potentially could have saved their legs, a regret she feels she may never fully overcome. Despite this, she channels her energy into advocacy, determined to drive change and support others in similar positions. Spinal muscular atrophy encompasses a spectrum of severities, all stemming from the same underlying mechanism: the weakening of muscles through the loss of spinal cord motor nerve cells. Type 1, the most acute form, manifests at birth and is characterized by such profound muscle weakness that affected infants cannot sit unaided, often leading to fatal outcomes by age 5 without intervention. Type 2 offers a moderate severity, where standing is impossible. Type 3 is milder, complicating actions like rising from a seated position. Type 4 emerges later in adulthood, typically in one's 20s or 30s, with subtler symptoms. In resharing supportive messages from her community, Nelson amplified voices that echoed her shock at the 36 pence price tag for testing. Many followers admitted to being stunned, underscoring how this affordability makes the lack of implementation even more inexplicable. The discussion extended to This Morning, where the cost was debated, further highlighting the disparity between potential and reality in UK healthcare. Nelson's personal anecdotes added depth to her plea. She recalled noticing peculiarities from the neonatal intensive care unit, NICU, days such as the twins' frog-like leg positioning when resting on her chest and their belly-dominant breathing, which seemed unusual. Sharing a video of one daughter's respiration, she expressed the agony of hindsight, knowing now that these were indicators of SMA. If fate had decreed this outcome inevitably, acceptance might come easier, but the knowledge that preventive measures exist makes it unbearable. Upon discharge from NICU, her primary concerns were basic temperature monitoring and ensuring breathing, never suspecting to vigilantly check for leg movement loss. In response to Nelson's courageous sharing, Health Secretary Wes Streeting acknowledged her concerns, affirming that she was justified in questioning the diagnostic timelines. He expressed sympathy for her ordeal, recognizing the fear and uncertainty it entails, and commended her for speaking out, as it resonates with other parents in parallel situations. Streeting committed to advancing not only SMA screening but also broader applications of genomic medicine to enhance early detection and treatment. Currently, newborn SMA screening isn't offered in the UK, though Scotland plans to introduce it this spring. The UK National Screening Committee has not endorsed it but is reviewing the stance in light of treatment advancements. Streeting's comments to ITV News conveyed heartfelt empathy, describing Nelson's situation as unimaginably terrifying and praising her articulate advocacy. By challenging the system, she inspires progress, potentially benefiting future generations. Nelson's efforts underscore a call for equity in healthcare, where cost-effective tools like the 36-pence test could prevent irreversible harm, fostering hope for families and pushing for systemic improvements. Through her platform, Nelson continues to build a community of support, resharing stories that validate shared experiences and amplify the urgency for change. Her twins' diagnosis has transformed her into an advocate, turning personal pain into a catalyst for reform. As awareness grows, the push for nationwide SMA-1 screening gains momentum, highlighting how individual voices can influence policy and save lives.